Okay, so we will go ahead and get our policy committee meeting going. We had some policies come back at this past Monday's board meeting that we need to just clean up some of the language in it. So I think that's going, I mean, I know we have the one that we've been trying to get through, the SOG policy 3281. But I'm almost thinking if we can just clean up those that came through the meeting, push those back, those will be done, and then maybe these other ones I think should be fairly simple. School meal charges, the extracurricular, I think we could probably get through those, because I'm thinking the other one is going to take a couple of meetings of just that.
Yeah.
It's just too involved. I mean, that's my thought anyways on it.
Okay.
So let's just start from the top, Rosanna. Let's go grab the, oh yeah, that one we need to modify that. They asked that we put back in, can you open the draft that we brought before the board?
And I believe Lynn already worked on it.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
So I'll share with you then, the politics, science, health and sex education, and values and ethics. They felt like us striking that even made it more broad, and they were thinking that, you know, you sort of need a little bit of a fence to name at least a subject area of.
Right.
And,
for example, these are what we're talking about. Yeah.
Right. And I thought, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So we put, okay, so that one's actually done.
Yes, and I think
Oh, and the name of it, instead of, so the title of the form, instead of academic freedom, we needed to put it, academic, protection. Yeah. So that way when we're uploaded to the website, it'll say.
I'm trying to type with me.
And then we probably can take that hyphen out also of the title itself. Yep, that's perfect.
So I think it was named protection, and then
Freedom was its original name, and we couldn't find it. There is no definition of academic freedom, so it was really academic protections are what we were trying to come up with. So if we could remove that.
Remove
the hyphen between freedom and protection, yep, right there, yep. I guess I could log in and do it, yep, that's good. Put a space in there.
So we do want both words? Oh, why is
Yeah, why is it giving you a...
Am I there?
You tricked it. You tricked it into submission.
So we want both words, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yep, that way the name of the document and then the title of the policy are, okay, great, perfect. So that was that. And then let's see, what was the other one that was still on our January? I don't think there was. The form, yep, we need to fix the form to make the form more, yep, right there.
This one.
Nope.
No, this one.
Yep. Oh, it was both of them, you're right.
I think they're
both.
Yeah.
Yep, both of them had changes. So this one we need to actually, and I can log in there and do that, let me see. Oh, that's January.
It looks like Lynn might have updated it.
Oh yeah, opt out, yep.
Opt out
And then
or
we were
opt in.
going to like bold or italicize the be removed language underneath the let me see if I can find that.
It's 2340 F1.
Yeah, let me see if I can get to that January. Right, is that the
Yes,
January at a
I'll share it,
glance?
I'll reshare
Okay,
it.
oh, I got it right
Oh, you
here.
got it.
Yeah, that's fine. There we go, okay. So, some people just thought that it wasn't very clear that number one, there was an option to opt out or opt in. So I thought, well, in looking at the form, it really didn't have clear instructions of what was what. And maybe there needs to be participate in. I'm wondering if we should have a disclaimer at the top up there by that says that they have to choose one.
Oh.
Because that's the point of the forum, is that they have to make a decision.
Yes.
You know, the
Yeah.
teacher or whomever has to have this form back, either opting in or opting out.
And what maybe too, like if we don't get it back, then what happens? Do we assume it's an opt out?
No, the child does not participate. The
So-
board's been fairly clear on that.
So that would be an opt out then. If they don't get any paperwork back, it's an assumed opt out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to have something, and if there's nothing, there's no participation, because no decision's been made by
Right.
the parent.
So I think that should go
Yeah.
on the board.
So maybe we should do under instruction. Students.
I have another question about this form, because
Sure.
this has been a while since we
Mhm.
looked at these ones. In my memory, because we did the policy about the controversial issues,
Mm-hmm.
and then this opt out or opt in or out form is the same policy number, but the policy is not necessarily about sex ed alone. Did we make another form that was for like
Yes.
fill in the blank controversial issue?
Yes, yes, so
Okay.
we're gonna fix that one too,
Okay.
because the other thing is, whatever that field is up at the top, we're gonna change that wording also, so it makes it a little bit more clear,
Okay.
and it's, yeah.
Okay. Glad my brain didn't totally fail me.
Yeah. Let's see, must complete the form. The teacher. Does that sound all right?
I wonder, and you guys can shoot me down, but instead of
No.
saying you must complete the form, I
Mhm.
wonder if we could say something like
Please complete.
the district please complete, or the district requires this form be returned to your student's teacher.
Okay,
You know,
yep.
something like that.
Yep, we can do that.
I just wonder if people will bristle at you must complete
Yeah.
the form.
I know. I speak like that, and people take it the wrong way. It's like, but I'm just,
But you
Sure.
must, yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's no second guessing, right?
Right.
But yeah.
So I'm gonna bring up 2570F parental movie opt out, because this one has language. It says parental consent is required, and then it's underlined to allow
Mhm.
your child to participate in viewings or movies, videos,
Mm-hmm,
etc., etc. So I'll just bring that one up to look.
Okay.
Here's this one here.
Okay, let's see what, oh, you were looking at, what does that sound like? Does that sound any better or worse, or? Sometimes I
Yeah.
have to, write it a few times before my. Activities, well, I don't know what they are, but, well, it does say activities down there. Okay, we can let, I'm sure when, Michelle gets here, she's a wordsmith, so she'll probably maybe have something.
Yeah, I wonder just in that first part if we still wanna say, and return it to your teacher, if
Yeah.
that's obvious.
Yeah, I started to put that in here, but I'm wondering, well, this one should be a teacher, and the other one too. There was something that we talked about, this one's fine, we'll fix that, students.
It could even be like just second sentence, just say, please return this form to teacher, period, students without a completed form on file will not participate.
There's probably a better way to word that, but my, oh, I'm not logged in. Look at us, ChatGPT. I word it for us.
You say, I refuse to provide an
Yeah.
opt-out.
Yeah. You will be doing much damage and harm.
Right.
Studies have shown. Oh. Okay. I think once we remove the strikeout, then this should roll up and only be a one-page form. Yep, and that is in the footer. I wonder if we can drag the footer down. Oh, I'll just leave it. Okay, so we'll just consider that good. Is everybody fine with that?
Mhm.
Yep, okay. So then that was that form. Now we'll look at the other form, which was the speakers in the classroom. Huh, where is that form?
That one should be, procedure. I think it's 2345P.
Oh,
Oh no, that's the procedure. Where's the?
yeah, that's not it, okay. Yeah, we just had that at the meeting the other night.
Oh, I think it's called something else. Hold on. 2340 F1 and F2.
Okay, well there's F1. So let's fix this. This is F1. Okay. So do we not have a link to it here?
No.
Okay, well, let's do this. So this would be 2345. Oops. What was it supposed to be, F2?
She
Oh, were they
has
the same number?
Yeah, she has
Okay.
the
Um, oh no, that's the 2340.
Okay, F2 is parental option for controversial.
Yep.
F1 is sex education.
Yeah, so where is the F2 2345?
No, it's 2340.
I'm not seeing
How's
either
that?
one.
It's in our drive. We have 2340 F1 and F2 and the drive under 2340 board policy. Speakers in the classroom. We had 2345P for speakers.
So I'll have to get a link to it. Okay. 2345 F2. Yeah, I'm not finding anything in there. Just give me a look in the.
Yeah, it's a pure, she's calling it 2340 F1 for sex ed.
Right, that is the sex ed one.
Yeah.
So
and
where's
then
the other one?
2340 F2. She's got that under.
Oh, and it needs to be 45. That's why. 2340. Yep. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut this out of here. I'm gonna move it to 2340. Yeah, controversial issues right there. Okay, how come it's not letting me move it?
Is it to have it open?
You should just be able to move it
Oh.
straight from there, but
I'm gonna close them just in case.
I'll move it to 2345. Move here, move. Okay, so and it was isn't the policy 2345? Yeah, so this needs to be 2345, and it shouldn't be an F2. It should just be a form.
F, yeah.
And this should be 2345. We might have started with oh, I guess I should have fixed all that, huh? Well, no, because we already said to change it with just the this goes away. This goes here. This is 2345. And then this. Now let's see if we can put it here. 2345. The form. It still doesn't want to bring it up. That's fine. I'll just do it this way. This is actually 2345 and note 2. Okay, so 2340 and its form. We could get rid of the 1 because there's not a second form.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take the 1 out. Okay, 2340F goes with the 2340 policy. 2345 and 2345F, and that goes to this form. Okay. Yes, now this, do you have your notes? It was something about this title and or activity. Because we were talking about something about the books and,
I just have mainly about 2340. I don't have too many notes written down on 2345.
yeah, it was something about this field here, this, well, let's look at the policy and maybe, no, we'll just move on and, maybe when Michelle gets here, she'll remember. So let's look at the policy and see if that, did we have this,
Yes, we had the 20.
at the meeting?
Yes, 2345 and 2345P, the procedure.
Mm-hmm. Why does this footer look different than this footer? There is no footer on that one. Okay.
Yeah, I believe the only change Lynn made was to the other policy, 2340.
Okay.
Not that she did anything to this one.
11, okay. And is that what it used to be with ISBA, this 2345-1? If you scroll to the bottom of it, yeah, right there. So was this on our website? Is this what it actually was on the original one? Let's see, 2345, 2350. References, no, it wasn't on there. So,
We had 2345. It was revised on August of 21.
yeah, but yeah. Let's see, what does this look like here? 2345. Yeah, I don't know where this ISB thing came from. At the bottom
little on
of
the
the
bottom?
draft, yeah, because it's not there. Yeah, right there, see? That's not on the original one, so I don't know where this came from.
Oh.
See, because
This
it's...
is this from ISBAs themselves, maybe?
Well, it would have been, but it wasn't on ours that we modified, because this is a modification of our actual existing policy.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna strike it,
Okay.
because it's, I don't want it to confuse anybody. It wasn't there, and it must have been part of the merger of the other ones.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. So that should be good. I just can't remember what it was with the form with this,
The title thing?
yeah, title activity, and they discussed it briefly. I don't know.
Did they want it to be more of like a description or something?
Yes, I believe that's actually what it was. Yeah, because something about what the policy said, I can't remember, we discussed so many things, I think we didn't get done till like 12 o'clock that meeting.
The board meeting?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was quite lengthy. So we discussed a lot of things. All right, well, we'll leave that. Let's move on. We, maybe just note, we'll ask Michelle when she gets here, or, when we look at the video, maybe, because it's just an admin thing, an administrative thing, so we don't have to.
Yes.
The board already said do this, and they approved the policy, so.
Yeah, and I still have to re-listen to a lot of it for my
Yep,
meeting
okay.
minutes.
So, what does that leave us for January? So we went back over those.
School
duties
meal
of-
charges.
Yep, oh, okay, so let's fix the duties of the treasurer.
Oh, okay.
And that would have been this draft, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if that actually, oh, it was the job description, though, it wasn't
Yes, it
this
was
one.
the job description.
Yep, job description here. And it had something to do with number 8, pay all district bills upon authorization of the board, cause she doesn't actually do that. Or the treasurer doesn't actually do that, she just oversees that or something.
Yes. I will tell you what it said.
Need to get,
Assists with the oversight of the treasurer to pay all the bills.
okay,
Here's where I have a note.
so let's see. So I'm gonna strike that because that was sort of the steps. And we'll say assist and oversee assist and oversee the payment of authorized bills,
Mm-hmm.
of authorize of the districts. Cause how did she say it? Pay all district bills upon authorization. Assist and oversee the payment of, of district, of authorized. District bills. Actually, I think they're warrants, but whatever. Okay, assist and oversee the payment of authorized district bills.
Mm-hmm.
Good enough. And then let's fix the footer. I'm just gonna pull up these job descriptions here. And let me just see. Oh, it doesn't have page numbers either.
Yeah, I was looking at those on the website and
Yeah, and that one that says, communication, clerk of the board, PDFs, and multimedia specialists, it's all, they need to fix there. Let's try something else here, let's look at this one. Yeah, none of them have the footer, okay. Oh. And put it on there. I didn't pay attention at the meeting, dang it. It doesn't have, the signatures and everything. Is this the one that we brought to the meeting? If you can go look, yeah, go back to that one that says Randy's up there. Yeah, because if you scroll down, it doesn't have the signature or the statement, because this is the job description. It doesn't have the
Is that one on 1230 on the policy?
no. Yeah, then it shouldn't be there. Let me look in board book, the 13th. Quick view. 12:30. Oh, that's the policy. No, not that one. Oh, here we go. Job description. Yeah. Okay, so this is not, so the correct one was on the correct one was on the board book, so this is not,
This is not it.
this is not it, so we need to find that, so let's find, what is it called in board book? It's called, it's the February, I'm gonna put it just like that back on this page here, this is what it says. Normal text, Walter Turtle something. Normal.
Oh, that's right. She did tell me she changed all the names. So let me just look at the work. See which one we have.
I'm just gonna do it like this. Insert a link to that one. It's this one right here, okay. Alright, so this is the one that we have to revise, this one right here, and not this one. So let me, oh, I should have. Let me grab this text here. I wonder if we have extra Chromebooks around so that when people come to like the committee meetings and stuff, they can.
I know I have one in my office that I have as backup.
Yeah, I just feel bad because Jacqueline or whoever shows up there always, they don't have, you know.
Yeah. Do you want a Chromebook, Jacqueline?
I don't think I need a Chromebook.
Okay.
You mean to see?
Yeah, just so there's a little bit more, I mean, if you're fine, oops, no, go away. That's fine too, I just don't want you to feel like, you know, you're.
Yeah, no,
Or
I'm
like you
okay.
gotta go like
Okay.
this, like me, I'm so blind.
Yeah, I can usually see what you guys are doing on the
Okay.
big screen, and sometimes I usually bring my laptop and then I can pull stuff up too. But
Okay.
my son took it tonight,
Yeah.
so I'm looking at stuff on my phone though.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is 12, let me make this 12. Okay, alright, that's that. It does have the footer in it and it did have the fields in it. Yeah. I wonder if we should just put another page, it's so scrunched together. Alright, so the treasurer job description thingy is fixed, thingy, technical term. And this is so scrunched together, maybe we can do that.
Is that typo still in 8, or is it fixed on yours that you're seeing?
Yep, this one's, I fixed it.
The district.
Oh. There you go. Yep, didn't tell me it was wrong.
See, I'm contributing.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So I think that one's good now. Okay, so let's go back through. So we got that. We got the treasurer's job duties. Those. Alright, so I think the rest of it is alright, so I think we can go, actually I think our January is good, right? And we updated it.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that's fixed, everything's done, we added what needed to be added. So let's move to the February at a glance. Oh, except that the treasurer's on that too, so any updates we did, let me copy it over then. Darn it. Needs to be copied over. Goes to here. Okay, there's that. Okay, perfect. Okay. Oh, there's no, let's see, insert. Link, what is the name of that resolution? For the, oh, we didn't, that's right, we didn't do that one, never mind, my brain's, I'm thinking the CRT, but that's, that's Michelle.
Sorry,
No, you're fine, we just finished, updating everything from the meeting.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so we got all that
Okay.
done, updated the month at a glance, all of its links, that's all done, except for the one form, we couldn't remember controversial issues, remember that field title / activity or activity / title, they wanted us to do something with it, but we can't remember what it was.
You wanna pull it up and show me?
Yeah, I think it was just maybe supposed to be a description or
Let's see if this will work. It didn't work during the board meeting.
Oh no.
Oops.
45.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was the other thing is we fixed all of the forms, cause it was
Okay.
2340 F1 and F2, but it should just be 2340 F and 2345 F.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
And they, somehow that wasn't, so we fixed that. So this one right here, for the controversial issues, it was teacher, and then it was this title activity field.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. And that was because before it said opt out title activity.
Oh, okay.
So maybe Lynn had already removed
Okay.
the opt out.
All right,
But that's what it
I
was.
see.
So
Yeah.
it's just
okay.
it should just say teacher and then the activity.
Got it. Okay, perfect. So that one, I think, oh, but we didn't make that bold. Here, let me go in there. So the other ones we went through, I went through and, let me go back to that form. And we did put a disclaimer, so we should probably bring that up, so, or instruction.
Okay.
So, open this. So if you can open that 2340F
Mm-hmm.
form. Because it had a heading that said instruction, but there was really no instruction on it.
Oh.
And it just made it look a little bit nicer that we're telling them, I even used the word please twice in my beginning of my sentences. Jacqueline said, maybe being not nice. It's like, can't we just tell them it's required to do it?
You must.
Yeah, you must.
Do it or die.
Yeah, it said you must. Yeah, you must complete and return or whatever I said.
Those of us who grew up middle children bristle, you know.
Anyway, so we added some instruction, and then I actually bolded the words removed in the explanation of the opt-out and participate in the opt-in.
Okay.
So it's just sort of a little bit
Oh,
more
perfect.
visually,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can read the instructions up there at the top and see if,
Please complete this required form by choosing an option below regarding your students' participation in sex education instruction activities. Please return this form to your student's teacher. Students without a completed form on file will not participate. Perfect.
okay, so we did that, so the other one's already fixed. I'm just gonna bold again on the controversial issues, the participate in and the remove from.
Okay.
Okay. But it also has an instruction, if you go to the 2340 there, Rosanna, yep. It also has instruction at the top, but there is no instruction.
Oh, well, maybe we should
Do we
copy
wanna
and paste.
copy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this has to do with what section of the 2000s it is.
Like their instruction
Yes,
forms?
like for ISBA, the way they have the policies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine, we don't really care. They,
Thank you.
yeah, they, but you're probably right, it's their instruction section of their
Yes.
policies, yeah. Yeah, that's fine, we'll just give them some instruction. Okay, oh yes, cause it's, has to do with what's being taught in the class, instruction, yep. Okay, so that is done too.
Yeah, the 2000s are instruction.
Yep, that's fine, we'll give them some. Alright, and what does that footer look like? Yep, that one's fine too. Oh, except that's fine, when we
It'll
remove
go,
the
yeah.
strikeout, yep,
Right.
okay. Alright, so those are done, so as far as all the cleanup and everything, I think we got all that.
Okay.
So I was thinking we could move to,
Oh, under the instructions for F, because this is controversial issues, correct? Yep. So please complete this form by choosing an option below regarding your students'
Oh,
participation
section.
in,
We'll just say-
including
Oh yeah. Good.
participation.
how about your students' inclusion
There you go.
in class instruction and activities regarding controversial or something like that?
Okay, let me see, let me get back there.
Because we don't know that they're participating in anything, but they're being
Right.
exposed to it, so.
Mhm. Your students' participation in,
Your students' inclusion,
okay.
yeah.
Do you not have,
I do.
Oh, you
I'm on
do?
the internet now.
Oh, okay,
I don't know what
good,
the deal is,
perfect.
but yay, I'll go.
alright,
I
so
just,
your students' inclusion, period.
yes, that'd
Okay.
be fine.
Yep, okay. Alright, good catch, I'm glad you saw that.
Everybody's gonna be like, everything's sex education.
Yeah. This is what we're talking about.
That would not go well.
Okay. So if we went to the February at a glance, we already did the duties of the treasurer, we just changed the one little line, number 8, to oversee paying of the bills. I think maybe the school meals and the animals, I think those we could just get through really quickly, because the big one on here is the 3281, the sexual orientation and gender
Yep.
policy, and that's gonna take a long time. So I'm suggesting that we probably,
My thought is it's not gonna take a long time.
the sex or the gender
Gender, nope.
orientation one, we can look at it and see, or
Did I send you guys the, with the governor, not the governor,
yes.
oh, what is it? I sent you that, okay.
Yep, we included it, links included.
The Attorney
here on
General?
it. Yep.
Yeah.
And you have access to all this now, correct?
I do,
Okay.
yes. My son took my laptop this evening.
Okay.
But I have read through everything and I have
You
hard
some
copies from
really
Rosanna.
pretty down.
Thank
just so
you.
know.
Rosanna said that too. I actually showered today.
Yeah.
Made an effort.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, do you want to go through that one then? You want to tackle it or read back through it and see, have we done anything to it?
No, we haven't necessarily.
Okay.
But I want to, can I open that little booger?
Definitely has.
I want to open this one. I do think that, okay, what I'm going to do is on this one, I'm going to just copy this and move it over there because I actually removed it all. Because, you know, I'm not creative. That's why. It has been suggested,
Okay.
I don't know that, poop.
Where are you at? What are you trying to
I'm
do?
trying to copy and paste, but the
Okay.
function and control key are all in the wrong spot on this
Oh.
keyboard. It has been suggested that we wait on the legislature before they make it. I guess apparently there's statute that's coming down
Mm-hmm.
that will
Define
govern-
this better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's what's been asked. I, of course, am, you know, I'm not a sit and wait kind of a gal, but I'll just make my own way. It's not working.
What are you trying to paste
Well,
something
copy and
into it?
paste, yes. Well, what I was, oh, maybe that's why. Let's try this.
You got it.
I don't know. Nope, got it. It keeps sticking it all up here. Do I have to take that away? Oh wait, no, now it can't. There we go. Okay. What I am proposing,
Mhm.
because apparently right now what is going on, because there is no policy,
Mhm.
is that should a child state they are transgender,
Mhm.
they go to the principal reaches out to the parents, they have a communication going on,
Mhm.
and they usually will work out something to where that student can use like the faculty bathroom
Mhm.
to afford them protection and safety and as well as the general population of our students. So apparently within the legislature, everything's going to come down to, you know, biological sex.
Mhm.
If our policy already states, you know, we're going to do the whole, because I want to do biological sex. I think that's important.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem putting a clause in there that should a student profess to be transgender and the parents are involved with the principal and they decide to do something to accommodate the needs of that student, great. Because I don't want it to come across that we're like ignoring the fact that someone could claim to be transgender. But I also don't want to, I want to help the parents understand that your child is safe if they go to the bathroom, that only girls will be in the bathroom that are genetically girls, biologically. I mean,
Right.
that's the least we can do to our parents, give
Right.
them that much assurity.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that the principals do, especially at the high schools, I'm not too positive about the middle schools, I don't know. But I know they have to navigate this. So if we give them that boundary to where it's like if you and the parent can work out a plan to help the student that does not infringe on the protection and the rights of the biologically sexed children using their designed bathroom, okay. I don't see that that's a bad thing, but I don't know. What's your input on
I guess I have more questions than input. So,
Okay.
But are you thinking we don't do that because there might be some kind of laws happening, or we still create a policy, and then if a law comes out, then we can always edit things if needed, or?
Well, it's my understanding that the law that's coming down will specifically state, in school, whatever your biological sex is, that's where you go. Same with, if your biological sex is male, you participate in male sports. If your biological sex is female, it's female sports. You can do you outside of school, but you can't do that in school. You have to abide by this. And I want our policy to take that stand. Your biological sex will determine, where you're at, etc.
Do you want the policy to be limited to bathrooms, or are we going to address the other topics of concern for parents like pronouns, forced speech?
I'm not addressing that.
Do you think parents would be concerned that then their kid is at risk of being forced to say something that they don't believe to be true?
What happened to my... So... Hold on a second. I'm still playing with this stupid thing. I don't know necessarily that this policy addresses, talking about someone's pronouns. Because this policy... Okay, so what is there? Addressed the one that ISBA sent out, the 3281, addressed definitions, school facilities, school activities, school trips, school records and privacy, change of official school records, confidentiality, training, dress code, dances, and safe environment. I don't recall anywhere, unless it's under the records. Yeah, I don't know that it states in here anything about pronouns.
Because I'd be worried that the ISBA would be interpreting the safe environment part where it says it's the responsibility of the district to ensure all students, including LGBT students, have a safe school environment. Discrimination, harassment, bullying complaints should be involving LGBT students should be handled in the same manner as other discrimination, harassment, bullying, and sexual harassment complaints. I'd be worried that that's like the in where they could say, well, you're not using the proper pronoun, and I'm not saying us, but ISBA policy.
Yeah.
You're not using the proper pronouns, that's harassment, that's bullying.
Yeah,
So-
it does mention pronouns.
In the
Where?
ISBA's,
Uh-huh.
where is it?
What
For-
heading is that under?
It's 3281, the
Student-
ISBA, and it's.
No, the-
Student records and
Right there,
privacy.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Where do you want?
Go down, the heading of the
Alright.
paragraph. that
School
it's-
records and privacy.
District staff shall use the name and pronouns consistently asserted by the student at the school regardless of the student's legal name and sex.
Yeah, no.
Well, we can write this to say anything we wanna say, we don't have to.
Exactly.
I mean,
We, you know, ISBA, they're not lawyers.
Right.
They supposedly use lawyers. These are suggestions.
Right.
My thought is, I appreciate the headings, you know, we've got, school facilities. My thought is, we specifically, cause this states, in the case of middle, junior high school, which we'd have to call it middle school, well, I guess we'd have to say middle and junior, because the alternative middle school isn't a traditional middle school, cause it's only 7th and 8th, so that's a junior high.
mm-hmm.
Okay. But the principal or building administrator is encouraged to request a meeting with a transgender student, and if the student grants permission, okay, yeah, no, so, we don't have to talk about that. Yeah, so, I mean, there's not really anything, the goal of the meeting is to develop an understanding. In the case of elementary students, it will generally be the parent that informs the school of an impending transition. However, if the school staff believes that gender identity or expression issue is presenting itself and creating difficulty for the child at school, it may be appropriate for the school administrator or staff counselor to approach the student's parents.
We
about the
we
issue.
should not be addressing any of that.
No, we should
Period.
not.
We're not medical or,
No.
well, I mean, our teachers are not medical staff, our principals, I mean, and what an awkward position to put them in.
Yeah, no.
That should all be,
So under
know.
school facilities, what it comes down to is not the first, second paragraph, it's the third one. Students will be allowed to use restrooms and locker rooms that correspond to their biological sex.
yeah,
No student,
so copy that to our draft then,
yeah, that's what I, okay,
and then we'll
so-
just do it that way, I'm gonna use the restroom, then we can just work.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna,
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, I can't, let's try this again, see if Michelle can not be incompetent here. Okay, it did it. Yay me. Alright, so because this is a draft and it's ours and I don't care, and maybe do we want to keep that just to show what we're taking out? Who cares? I don't care anymore. Bad attitude today. I don't have them very often, but today's been a day. Alright, school facilities. So, students. Go into my red pen and yeah, there we go. I am actually on draft 3281.
Oh.
That's ours. Red shall. Use the restrooms and locker rooms that correspond to
Their biological sex.
yeah. Do I, well, do I need to state as identified at birth? I mean,
Yeah, you do. Well, yeah, because people now get their birth certificates changed, but that would still cover it because Just because you changed your birth certificate doesn't mean that that was what was noted at birth.
Yeah.
We're gonna get down to like DNA testing at some point in here.
I just don't understand how we got here. I mean, I know how we got here, but I just don't understand how we got here. Okay. Okay.
Why were we revisiting the community related, the school support organizations? That policy, the school support organization policies?
Oh.
Drug testing for certain students that the policy didn't include or something, but they should be drug tested.
Oh,
or
no,
something.
it was that leadership
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
and like the group, the club people,
Right.
if they pop positive, they don't have any consequences because they don't have a practice to sit out. Where like a band person would just not be
Right.
practicing. But you know, if you're
Okay.
on leadership, well, what does that mean? So
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so I need help with this language. In the event a student informs the building administration that they are transgender, the building administration shall work with the student and their parents to provide an alternative restroom for the student.
I think we should add if desired in there,
Okay.
because not all might want to. You know, sometimes they still just keep using the same bathroom.
Right.
That Senate bill says reasonable accommodation.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know that's exactly what it is.
Provide,
Excuse me.
Yeah, I thought we.
Do you want to add at the beginning of our policy, or maybe it comes up into this, but I don't think it does. I guess maybe it comes up in confidentiality. I'm just thinking about like what Lisa has talked about happens, that there's, if a student comes to the teacher and says, I'm transgender, then they sit with the parents,
Parent.
you know. Should we put that in the beginning, do you think, or will that come into play when we get to the confidentiality or something like that? probably in the confidentiality now that I say it
Yeah.
out loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Where's Dee Dee?
She's absent.
Well, I get that. She's not here.
Who?
She's absent.
Dee?
No, she
Oh.
had other things.
I don't even know what that one means.
I know there's better language for this. I would like to know, she had found a policy from another school that went along with the biological sex. And I was real curious what that language was. but I
Oh,
don't
that
know.
was a resolution, I think. Oh, what's their name? Yeah, we have it here.
I might have it. Regarding the sports part here specifically, or activities, or
All things.
all things? I don't remember where this one came from, but is that the one that you're thinking of? I mean, I know it came from Rosanna, but I don't remember what school it was.
Oh, no, I printed this out.
Okay.
It came to me from someone else.
And then there was Ohio had one.
Maybe it was that
I
one.
have that one too.
Yeah, because I got to reading this one, like, no, that's too muddy. I thought it was a good idea, but it was muddy. Well, this is a resolution.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the resolution that the Department of Education, I think, in Ohio sent out to all the school boards in Ohio. But it's got pretty good language, I think.
That's a good resolution.
Yes, it is.
No, maybe,
Do you know what it said?
all I know is that everything, because this is when she said it, it's like ding, ding, ding. Everything went to the reality that we just need to state it's all biological sex.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it is what it is. So, under school activities, students shall participate in school activities based on their biological sex as identified at birth. Activities under the direction of the Idaho High School Activities Association shall be subject to IHSAA rules and regulations, which IHSAA, their rules and regulations aligns with biological sex.
Mm-hmm.
So, school trips.
We have this, it says the district recognizes and respects the biological sex of all students as recorded at birth and indicated on official documents such as a birth certificate. The district does not recognize gender identity as a factor in determining a student's sex. All school facilities, activities, programs, and sports teams are based on biological sex and not gender identity.
That's good.
I like that.
I
Where'd
like
you get
that.
that one?
ChatGPT.
No way.
Yeah.
Where's D?
Here, let me, let's see, how can I?
I can't believe it did that for you.
I'm gonna go here.
Yeah, you have to, it's all in the way you ask it or prompt it, you know?
Okay, you read that again.
Yep. I was gonna email it to you.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Where's our emails here, Thompson? At,
Lakeland 272.
oh yeah, Lakeland.
No.
Oh, there you are. Yep, it found you.
Is it org?
Yep, it found you. And what is this for, G, paste. Okay, I don't have my, it's gonna come from a personal email, cause I don't have, okay, but you should get that. I probably could have pulled it up right here, I didn't even think of that, my brain's tired from my phone, I could have just done it right here.
I thought
You're
you were
right.
doing a dark web search, so that's
Oh,
what
there
you
you
were
are.
doing on the computer.
Yeah. No.
Thank you. Okay, so if we do that, we could let's see here, so I'm gonna cut all this out. Or not.
Oh, that's interesting. Somebody just brought this up too. Huh. Darn it. Didn't we? you have this document in your, Jacqueline, in your files?
The one you're looking at?
Yeah,
Which one is that one?
this is the parent resource guide, and it is from Minnesota Family Council, but it also has all these people are the
Mm-hmm.
sponsors of it.
I have not seen that one.
I'm trying to go down here to see because I just came across something interesting that somebody actually brought up, and we might have to look at that. Everything sneaks in under all these names.
Mm-hmm. Who produces that one, Ramona? Parent Resource Guide?
Yeah, it was, look at, let's see, what is this right here? Actually, it's at, genderresourceguide.com.
Okay.
Do we need to address changing student records? Official school records?
I would say yes.
Alright.
Because I know some schools have changed their records without parental consent.
Okay.
Okay. See Appendix 2 for model student physical privacy policy. Student physical privacy policy. Okay, because here's a whole list, you know. The parents should be asking. Yeah, where is the? I think I have all this somewhere. Where oh, here we go. Oh, here's a good form. Well, I don't do all that anyways. They have also here a student physical privacy policy. I wonder if I can connect to one of these TVs. Let's see, Bluetooth. Turn it on.
Is our dress code policy number 3255?
Let me check real quick for you. You're correct, 3255.
Rosanna, will you scroll down a little?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Do you know what these guys' names are, these different TVs?
No, how would I find that out?
Well, we'd have to, we'd have
Look for,
to.
do a search for something network.
Well, there should just be like a menu and find out its name. If not, no big deal.
You tell me what to do and I can do it.
Is this,
Go
um,
to an,
Are these,
On
the
here?
remotes for them?
yes.
Okay, well, we need the name of the actual monitor itself. So, where's the menu button? So weird.
Am I going to settings, Ramona?
Well, that's just
No.
gonna look at your computer, it's not
Oh.
gonna actually look at the physical monitor
Oh.
itself. So these are Samsung, this is a LG monitor, so that would work. Okay, what's his name?
Did you skip the confidentiality part, Michelle?
At the moment I did.
Okay.
Because I was just wanting a lot of input on that.
Mm-hmm.
I did,
Oh, it's not telling me his name, okay.
oh wait, well, yeah, because, I agree, no one should be disclosing a transgender status or sexual orientation.
I'm just gonna pick one of these and see what happens, see where I come up.
There you are.
I am
Must be
Kin,
something.
How can I, it's not allowing me to, oh. Yes. Okay, cool. Because the reason I wanted to take this one over was to show you this. Oops. Alright, did I close it? There it is. So there's this policy too we could implement or maybe take pieces from.
Where'd you get this one?
It's part of that.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
These were all that I have tons and tons and tons of documents that I gathered because I've been. This has been in my brain for like a year now.
Mhm.
Are you all right to scroll it a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I like that original birth certificate.
In some states those can be changed now too.
This is from when were you able to read that bill just was introduced?
Oh yeah, I haven't looked at
It
that.
has a lot of this language.
Oh really?
Yes.
I don't know how far you guys have read, so. I think that's the end of it. Yeah, and then there's just a bunch of other opt-out forms, but I don't know if there was any language in there. I guess I can always copy it. Oops, send it over or no.
There is a non-duplicate disclosure. It says this shall not be reproduced in whole or in part without express permission. It's at the bottom on their website.
Yeah, but this says that you can use it.
Oh,
This
it does?
guide,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep, the guide says
Yeah.
to use the model
Okay.
policy.
Okay. So,
I didn't know if we wanted any of that language or not. Or just to start thing. Just keep working on what we've got.
think it would be worth putting some of that language in, just to kind of clarify the, because that one's sort of focused on the school facilities
Yeah.
restroom issue. Might be more in-depth than just reasonable accommodations.
Yeah, they even enclose a form for parents or whomever to submit that policy for inclusion.
Mm.
I will.
Disparaging, is that what you're wondering?
Yeah, it is the right word that I want. My brain's too foggy. What I'm trying to say is the district is not intentionally trying to ruffle feathers because we don't call the he a she.
Mm-hmm.
However, pronouns have historically been representative of biological sex. Therefore, if an employee calls someone by a pronoun that identifies with their biological sex, it's not discriminatory, it's not an intention to be disparaging, it's just the situation as it is. And so I want to use as little words as possible
Right.
to get that point across, because I think it's important. I mean, if Bob wants to be a they and the teacher's willing to call him a they, great. If Bob wants to be a they and the teacher calls Bob a he, that's just, you know, the way it is. We're an educational institution. We don't teach in English that they, them can be used ambiguously with whatever you want it to be.
Right. They, them, and all
Yeah.
the rest of them, because there's
Yeah.
like hundreds now.
Right.
Yeah. Is your intent to clarify that the district and its employees are not trying to be disrespectful, or is your intent trying to make sure it's clear that there isn't forced speech?
Yes.
The second one?
Yes.
No forced speech, okay.
Well, actually, both of them.
Both,
I
okay.
don't want anyone to think that someone's being intentionally disrespectful.
Mhm.
I know myself, when I'm in that position, I clarify. If I know that I'm dealing with someone that's of the LGBTQ population, I would say I'm really not trying to be disrespectful, but I don't fully know. And I've not met someone that's been like, well, that's just utterly rude. You know,
Mhm.
I'm sure they're out there, but I've not come across it.
Mhm.
Because I'm just being honest. I don't know. You
Mhm.
know, I'm of the traditional school, and I don't mind that you want to be called something else, but that's not in my forefront.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I mean, it sounds more than I don't know. It sounds more like this is what I'm comfortable with, and you know,
Yeah.
that's how I feel too. You
Right.
know,
It's,
so
you know, it's what I know.
right.
So you can't
Yes.
get mad at me because I don't know that you have changed my English language.
Right. Yes. So.
And, you know, when I do know, I do try to be respectful and remember to say that. I don't always kill it, but, you know, it's like I do try.
Mhm.
And I don't think any of our staff, well, I shouldn't say any, I would say the majority of our staff probably has that same perspective.
Mhm.
That they're not trying to be disrespectful, but they're dealing with 60, 70, 80, 90 kids
Mhm.
a day. And, you know, it is what it is.
Mhm.
And it's not a have to. Like, just because you want to be a they, them doesn't mean that your teacher is required to call you a they, them.
Mhm.
And that teacher's not going to be fired.
Well, and not just the teachers too, but the students. That there's not going to be
Right.
punishments for students who
Right.
Or even just subjected
misgender
to
or
it,
yeah.
You know?
Right.
I mean, some might not even want. They might just be uncomfortable in the whole thing.
Mhm. Right.
You know.
Right, and I know there are lots of parents who feel that way, that
Yeah.
would just pull their kids out rather than be exposed to.
Exactly. Or have to contend to the fact that, you know, there's all this special treatment over there, but yet what about my kid
Mhm.
that's, you know, still being bullied for lunch money? I don't know.
Right.
But, you know, it's,
I think,
so,
yeah, I definitely understand what you're going for here. I think saying, maybe using like forced speech or something like that, and then putting some examples in parentheses like pronouns or misgendering in other ways, right? Like ladies and gentlemen, and then it's like,
Mhm.
oh, what if you're neither? You know, you can just go
Yeah.
crazy with this stuff, right?
oh yeah.
So maybe making it broader in a forced speech kind of way with some examples, and then saying, you know, so maybe saying something like the district will not, I don't know, this isn't the right phrasing, but the district will not enforce any forced speech upon its staff, students, etc.,
Yes.
and any
compelled speech.
compelled speech, and any, yeah, it's tricky. Someone has to have written this well.
Yep, I'm looking for it.
Compelled speech, because I looked at forced speech, and Wikipedia offers me something, but I really not going there. So
Here's one by FIU Law, Preferred Pronoun Law in the First Amendment.
okay, because I'm looking at the First Amendment Encyclopedia
Yeah.
from
When,
NTSU EDU.
Yeah, and it has, let's see, what are these cases? What is this, State Board versus?
This says the compelled speech doctrine, I talked behind that, sets out the principle that the government cannot force an individual or group to support certain expression.
Right.
Thus, the First Amendment not only limits the government from punishing a person for his speech, it also prevents the government from punishing a person for refusing to articulate, advocate, or adhere to the government's approved message.
Right.
Okay.
So maybe we can reference something like that, and then,
So that's compelled speech, or that's the verbiage there. That's compelled speech. Where did my Wikipedia go? What is a pronoun? No, that's because it did that. So forced speech may refer to compelled speech, statements that are coerced by legal means, pressured speech, which is a medical condition. Because I want to be able to, I like what you're saying, so under the, instead of disclaimer, have forced speech, but I want it to be something that we can tie back to say this is the definition, and no one shall be required to
use
no-
certain words.
Yeah, well, no one, this district, nor anyone in its district, has the right to demand that somebody else speak a certain way to them, and tie it back to the law.
Yeah, so, here's a,
And then you could still get in after that, your part, sorry, I did not mean to talk over
nope,
you.
you're fine, go ahead.
So my brain was just,
Yeah.
my brain started talking before I realized. But you could still at the end then tie it back to like, you know, the disparaging thing, you know,
Right,
that, you know.
right.
I'm not sure how we'll do that, but we can, I'm sure. Okay, what were you gonna say? So sorry.
Well, there's a quick little article on, it's really long, I wish we had a chat to send to you, I guess I can email you a link. About, let me make sure I have the right email here. Compelled speech. I'm gonna add Rosanna, she can pull it up on the.
Are you on Cornell Law?
No, it's IFU or FIU law.
Okay.
It's a college of law in Miami, also Florida International University, it's a law. So there was a case, this Barnett versus, or the West Virginia State Board of Education versus Barnett, and there were some decisions that came in it that people are visiting with this. Individual pronouns are not a quote right that can be exercised by a person, and the quote fact of non-binary gender has not been sufficiently accepted by American society, and thus their respective pronouns fall within the language of quote politics or quote other matters of opinion. First argument will likely warrant little authority, as pronouns are an intrinsic aspect of our identity. Instead, look for courts to struggle with whether, notwithstanding the importance of pronouns, law requiring specific pronoun use run contrary to the First Amendment's prohibition on compelled speech. Compelled speech laws are unconstitutional, however.
It is 8 o'clock, and I'm sorry to
Yep,
leave, but
nope.
I have to go pick my daughter up from volleyball.
Yep.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Thank you for coming tonight.
Yeah, yes,
Very
thank you.
Wow. So first and third Wednesdays, 6 to 8, still the plan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Will we pick this one back up
Yeah,
next week, or next time too? Okay.
I would think so. I don't think we're,
Yeah.
You're not gonna bust it out?
no, and hopefully it'll,
Busted.
little by little, I might be able to pick away at the resolution to mesh it all together.
That'd be
Which
good.
a lot of that could probably be covered in the resolution too.
Right. Right.
Even the quote disclaimer part. But even if we come up with
Mhm.
language, I can sort of weave it in there, you know.
Okay.
Ready to stop recording?
Yes.
Wanna keep going?
No, we can stop recording.